Once upon a time, in a faraway land, a young prince lived in a shining castle.
I think some of my favorite memories have to revolve around the little girls who would come to the show dressed up in their belle dresses from the Disney store. They were adorable and they felt so beautiful. And I remember one day I came out in the big yellow dress in Act 2 with the music playing doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And Terry Mann is upstage getting ready as the Beast. And I make my entrance in this yellow dress, and a little girl in about the 5th row, maybe she was 6, she stood up on her seat and she said, "She looks just like me!" And the whole audience laughed, Terry laughed, I laughed, and I thought to myself, that's why we do this. It was a blast.
We went into rehearsal October 1st, 1993, arrived on Broadway April 18th, 1994, and I stayed with the show for about a year, and then went to do the Los Angeles production, came back to the New York production. I really didn't want to leave. I was having so much fun.
My opening night, just having my family front row center and everybody who's always been a part of my career, just being there, and it was such a moment. September 20th, I'll never forget it, and it was just one of those moments that will be with me forever and for the rest of my career. I just think because it's one of those stories that never gets old, it caters to, adults, to children, and it's just one of those stories that's heart-wrenching and it gets you every single time, because I think everybody can really relate to, all the characters in the show.
It's just magic. It's magical. I mean, I remember I saw it when I got the part, and I was just like a little kid clapping. It just makes you feel like a little kid again. It just makes you so excited and believe in love and all this stuff. So it's good. I can't believe it's closing.
I think my fondest memory of doing the show was the first time the curtain went up and I was standing there with the book, and you could hear this spattering of, "Mommy, there's Belle, there's Belle, there's Belle." You heard that from the audience. And I remember thinking, it's cool being Debbie Gibson and all, but it's way cool being Belle. These kids didn't know me from anything but being Belle in that moment. And to them, Belle is like the ultimate celebrity, princess, it's everything. And so it was just such a magical experience doing the show.
I think it's sustained because it's an amazing story. And the one comment I hear all the time leaving the theater every night is people saying, I related to these characters and I was moved by their story, because everyone has fallen in love, everyone's felt like the outsider, everyone has felt like there's a moment of hopelessness in their lives. And that to me is good theater. To me, if you can, you can be dazzled and you can see things that are exhilarating, you can think the special effects are great, you can think that the singing is great, but if you're not moved by the story and if you don't leave that theater feeling attached to those characters, then I don't think you've done a good job in telling your story, and I think that that's something we do really well. And
I always remember thinking of Susan Egan doing it. I saw Susan Egan do it when she first started, and I wanted to do it right then, and
I think that the actors in Beauty and the Beast are the reason why it's played for 13 years. They bring their humanity to it, their passion to it, their talent to it, and their ability to perform the show like it's the first time every time, all these years later, is why audiences leave having such an uplifting experience. And I'm proud of them and proud to be associated with them.
Look, there she goes, that girl is so peculiar. I wonder if she's doing well. With a dreamy floral look and her nose stuck in a book. What a puzzle to the rest of us is Belle.
Oh, isn't this amazing? It's my favorite part, because you'll see, here's where she meets Prince Charming, but she won't discover that it's him till chapter 3.
Right from the moment when I met or saw her, I said she's gorgeous and I fell. Here in town there's only she who is beautiful as me, so I'm making plans to woo and marry Belle. And I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. And now that I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a large.
Ooh, him twice. We shall be the perfect pair, rather like my thighs. You are face to face with destiny. All roads lead to the best things in life are all's well that ends with me.
Ragout, cheese soufflé, pie and pudding en company.
We'll prepare and serve with flair a culinary cabaret. You're alone and you're scared, but the banquet's all prepared. No one's gloomy or complaining, while the flatware's entertaining.
We tell jokes,
I do tricks with my fellow candlesticks.
and it's all in perfect taste that you can bet. Come on and lift your glass, you've won your own free pass to be our guest.
If you're stressed, it's fine dining we suggest.
We are guests, we are guests, we are
Alan Menken and Tim Rice wrote a special song for the play for me, just for me, especially for me, and it's a beautiful song, and it's really about what Belle's gone through, the transformation in her life, but coincidentally, a lot of it's about my life, as we talked about, with the changes I've gone through and just my growth and my development and understanding that I make it happen. And sometimes you can't always worry about what people around you were thinking.
There's been a change in me, a kind of moving on. Though what I used to be, I still depend upon. For now I realize that good can come from bad, that may not
experience because of the material. It is the most well-written piece I have ever had the pleasure to perform. It is so well-written, you could put cardboard characters out there and it would work.
I am not surprised at all that Beauty and the Beast has run as long as it has. I always knew it would be this timeless classic. You have to remember, it was nominated for an Academy Award when it was an animated feature. And it was before there was a category for animated features. Beauty and the Beast was up for Best Picture. And I think a good story is a good story is a good story. And Alan Menken and Howard Ashman and Linda Wolverton and then Tim Rice, they constructed it so beautifully, so perfectly that the story is told in the most beautiful way possible.
The making of Beauty and the Beast is one of the was one of the most emotional experiences of my life. We lost Howard 6 months before the show, before the movie opened. Howard died not knowing that it was going to be successful. In my heart, I believe that he knows, and I believe that he's close by and a part of this today. But the process of writing Beauty and the Beast while Howard was failing physically was a test, a major test in my life as a person and as an artist. And you know, and I think that Howard's heart is the heart of this show.
This is the honest-to-God truth. I don't know if you recall, but when Beauty and the Beast opened in the movie theaters, it was a huge hit. And I think it was Frank Rich of the New York Times said the best new musical of the year isn't even on Broadway, it's Beauty and the Beast. I went to see it. I lived in Los Angeles at the time. I went to see it at the El Capitan Theater, and I sat there watching it, and I was watching Be Our Guest. Believe it or not, I'm sitting there thinking, now this is a good part for me. I was looking at a cartoon. And so what I'm thinking, this is the kind of part that I could really be good at. Well, lo and behold, about a year and a half later, I'm reading in the LA Times they're making it into a Broadway musical. I got a call from Jay Binder, who was the casting director, and said, Gary, this is going to be your Tony Award. We want you to play Lumiere in Beauty and the Beast. And I was, what a thrill. It was just the biggest thrill of all time. To be, and when I was a kid, I was such a Disney fan. I just loved it, you know. And so to be a part of the company, they made me feel very comfortable and welcome. And I like that.
When I saw the movie, I practically leapt out of my seat saying, I want to play that part. And I thought it was going to come to Broadway, because I'd never seen an animated show that was so built like a Broadway show. And oddly enough, I was doing Streetcar Named Desire in Atlanta. I got a call from the casting director telling me, you know, we're doing this reading, will you come down and do it? There's about 5 guys who can play this part in New York, and you're 3 of them.
I just want to say congratulations to Beauty and the Beast for this amazing run and letting me be a part of that run and part of history. It was just such a beautiful time and such a beautiful show, and here I am in Mary Poppins, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. I love you. Mwah.
I am definitely sad to see Beauty and the Beast go, although I have to say, how can you complain after 13 and a half years of running? And Bill Nabel, you have been there from day one and I am impressed. But I guess if Beauty has to go, I am glad it is being replaced by another Disney show with The Little Mermaid. I'm excited to go see it. I now have a daughter who very soon will be of the age that she can go to the theater, and I'm thrilled that I get to take her to see The Little Mermaid. So there you go. All good things come to an end. But it doesn't mean they can't revive it. And maybe I could be Mrs. Potts, huh? I'm about the right age for it now.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, beauty and the beast. Off to the cupboard with you now, Chip. It's past your bedtime.